Today we have brought you the latest Tesla news. Tesla ex-employees ask judge to protect laid-off workers from low severance agreements. BYD overtakes Tesla as world's biggest EV maker in first half of 2022, but there's a catch. Tesla 4680 structural battery preliminary teardown hints at cool innovations. And your Tesla now uses data from its cameras for improved seatbelt pre-tension before a crash. Let's get into all the details. So let's get started. Lawyers representing Tesla ex-employees, John Lynch and Axton Hartsfield, filed an emergency motion to protect laid-off workers from signing low severance agreements. Lynch and Hartsfield used to work at Giga Nevada. They filed a lawsuit against Tesla, claiming the EV automaker violated the WARN Act, which requires companies to provide a 60-day notice before a mass layoff. On Tuesday, the former Giga Nevada workers asked the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Texas to restrict Tesla's ability to continue seeking releases from employees in exchange for 1-week severance. Based on former Tesla employees' comments, 1-week severances are standard among workers hit by the mass layoff. One worker, who had worked for Tesla for 3 years, also received a 1-week severance offer and turned to the public, asking if he could negotiate. According to Lynch and Hartsfield, Tesla encourages ex-employees to sign severance agreements with relatively low severance payments. Tesla has been encouraging the employees who are being laid off to sign severance agreements in exchange for a modest severance payment, generally consisting of 1 or 2 weeks' salary, the emergency motion said. The former Giga Nevada workers argued that the severance agreements offer far less severance than the employees would be entitled to under the WARN Act. Lynch and Hartsfield seek a class action lawsuit against Tesla on behalf of the employees let go in May and June. They also seek compensation and benefits 60 days after their termination notice, including attorney fees and costs. Moving to the next update, BYD overtakes Tesla as world's biggest EV maker in first half of 2022, but there's a catch. Tesla delivered 564,000 all-electric vehicles in the first half of 2022, and while this represented a 27% year-over-year growth, it fell short of the numbers posted by one of the company's competitors, the Warren Buffett-backed BYD company. In comparison to Tesla, BYD sold 641,000 electric vehicles in China during the first and second quarters. But there is a catch. While news pieces stating that Tesla has been dethroned by BYD as the world's biggest electric vehicle producer by sales would likely be quite numerous today, there is some nuance between the vehicles sold by the two EV makers. Tesla's over 500,000 cars sold in first half of 2022 are all battery electric cars without an internal combustion engine. As noted by the Financial Times, many of BYD's models are plug-in hybrids, so they are not exactly full electric cars. Despite this, they are still counted as zero-emission vehicles under China's sales rules. BYD's sales in the first half of 2022 are still impressive, as they showed a growth of over 300% year-over-year. However, it would not be too far-fetched to state that BYD's position as the largest EV maker today was accomplished through a technicality. That being said, BYD actually accomplished something far more significant in the first half of the year, and it is in no way related to China, counting cars with a combustion engine as zero-emission vehicles. According to Seoul-based SNE Research, BYD had outpaced LG Energy Solution in terms of monthly market share since April. That's an incredible accomplishment, since the battery business is shaping up to be the backbone of the emerging electric vehicle sector. Interestingly enough, the leap in BYD's battery business is reportedly due to Tesla's disruptions in its China factory, which was shut down for over 3 weeks in April due to Shanghai's stringent COVID-19 lockdowns. Tesla China, Li Auto, NIO, and Xpeng Motors have all been hit hard by China's COVID-19 lockdowns. BYD was able to escape some of the adverse effects of the country's lockdowns, since a good number of its vehicle factories were not located in the regions and cities that were subjected to the strictest restrictions. Moving to the next update, Tesla 4680 structural battery preliminary teardown hints at cool innovations. Tesla is already delivering Model Ys from Gigafactory Texas that are equipped with the company's 4680 structural battery packs. A preliminary teardown of the innovative battery system has now been shared online, and it suggests that Tesla's next-generation vehicles will indeed be quite remarkable. Automotive teardown firm Munro & Associates has torn down several Teslas over the years, from an early production Model 3 sedan to the Model S Plaid. This time around, the company was able to get its hands on a Model Y from Gigafactory Texas that just happens to be equipped with a 4680 structural battery pack. In a recently posted video on its YouTube channel, the Munro team featured a preliminary discussion on the Texas-made Model Y's structural battery. According to the team, the 4680 structural pack, even from the outside, is already quite innovative. The fact that the vehicle's seats are directly installed on the battery pack itself is already quite interesting, but that's just the start. The 4680 structural battery's connections to the Model Y's front and rear megacasts are amazingly simple and straightforward, and it even includes some rails that allow workers in the assembly line to position the center console easily. But amidst this straightforward ingenuity, perhaps one thing that truly stuck out in Munro & Associates' preliminary teardown was the fact that the battery pack was surprisingly light. As noted by Munro's teardown team, the Model Y's entire 4680 structural pack, including the seats, carpets, and the entire center console, only weighs about 1,200 pounds. That's amazingly light compared to battery packs from other electric vehicles. Munro & Associates president Corey Steuben remarked that the batteries of other EVs, like the Rivian R1T, are about twice as heavy as those of the 4680 Model Y, and that's just a battery pack, no seats, carpets, or center console. Tesla's 4680 structural battery pack may seem like a subtle improvement to the Model Y, but it is something that could truly propel Tesla into the forefront of the automotive sector. Everything about the Texas-made Model Y that has been torn down by Munro so far suggests that the company is really making sure that its best-selling electric car is easy to make. That's a pretty frightening thought, at least for Tesla's and the Model Y's competitors. Moving to the last update, your Tesla now uses data from its cameras for improved seatbelt pre-tension before a crash. Your Tesla is now using data from its onboard cameras to automatically tighten your seatbelts in more instances moments before a crash. The added level of safety, which improves on Tesla's industry-leading safety record, was added for free through an over-the-air software update. Until now, your seatbelts would automatically tighten using pre-tensioners, but only when the airbags were deployed. In the owner's manual, Tesla says this system reduces the slack in the seatbelt, better protecting occupants by limiting their forward motion in a crash. The pre-tensioners automatically retract both the seatbelt anchor and the seatbelt webbing, reducing slack in both the lap and diagonal portions of the belts, resulting in reduced forward movement of the occupant, Tesla said. While this system obviously provides a superior level of protection compared to vehicles without it, Tesla is not content to rest on its laurels. With the 2022.20 software update released over the weekend, data from the vehicle's onboard cameras is now also used to improve the performance of the seatbelt pretensioners. With the addition of data from the cameras, the pretensioners now activate in a wider variety of crashes. Tesla describes the seatbelt system enhancement in the release notes by saying it delivers the most cutting-edge seatbelt pretensioner performance in the event of a frontal crash. This is one of those features that will go unnoticed by most people and hopefully unused by even more, but it shows Tesla's dedication towards making their vehicles the safest on the road. By all accounts, Tesla has already reached that standard. All four of their vehicles, the Model S, Model 3, Model X, and Model Y, have achieved perfect 5-star safety ratings from the NHTSA. According to the NHTSA, the Model Y has the lowest rollover risk of 7.9% of any SUV they have ever tested. Similarly, the Model 3 was found to have the lowest probability of injury in a collision of any of the over 900 cars the agency has tested. That's it for now. So what are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned at the Electric Arena for all the latest Tesla and electric vehicle news.